Good morning, Florida Southern, and welcome to the new news show. I'm your host, Tyler Hillier, and let's jump into our brand new political world. There's a lot going on here today. So since we last saw each other, the newest season of Orange is the New Black aired on national television for the whole world to see. And it's a little less funny than we all remember. It's a little more real now, in fact. A bit of a departure from previous seasons, but now anticipation for the season finale has turned from wondering who Piper's going to choose into which world leader Trump will upset and start a war with first. Now, of course, the highlight of an inauguration is the inaugural address. It's the speech that often defines one presidency, setting the tone for the future of America and the world. And let me just say, he proved all the naysayers wrong. Everyone who sat there and made the completely outrageous and unsubstantiated claims that Donald J. Trump would change and be more presidential, they were proved wrong. The address spared nobody, especially not the four past presidents who were sitting right behind him. But with Trump officially taking the oath of office, he is now president. And with that, the future of the free world is in his hands. So let's hope we don't slip through those stubby little fingers. Now, Trump's first day in office began like every other president before him, with papers to sign and people outside yelling things. Now, Trump must not have watched these occasions too often, though, as he simply ignored one of the biggest traditions, the passing of the pen when signing in your cabinet members. That's right. Trump said, "Why waste ink?" and used the same pen to sign multiple orders. And then Pence finally spoke up, and Trump passed the pens around, some of which he didn't even use to sign the papers. So the cabinet members just waited quietly for their pen. I mean, what were they supposed to do? Protest the president for doing something different? Well, nevertheless, they eventually got their pens, and all was right in the world. Well, that is until thousands of women got up in arms and started protesting. You know, I have to tell you, I think the protesting will be the new trend of 2017. 2015 had Caitlyn Jenner. 2016 had the Mannequin Challenge. And 2017, we get protests. Now, you don't like what the president is doing before? He hasn't even announced what it is. You protest. You don't like what those sneaky congressmen are up to? Protest. You don't want salt on your fries? Protest. Now, if I were a businessman, I would invest in construction paper now because of two reasons. One, school just started, so we have to do those damn group presentations, and two, because people will be using them for signs and protests out the wazoo. Now, soon this is what kids will be getting into after school. Parents will be there questioning their children. Tyler, where were you today? You better not have been protesting the school system again because of your bad grades. We fear drugs and gangs will no longer be the problem. It's a scary time indeed. Well, on a lighter note, here's John for the Mock Minute.
Thanks, Tyler. Students, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to be surrounded by a sea of red lanterns and confused high school seniors? Then you're in luck, because the first Scholars Weekend is this weekend. It promises pancakes, karaoke, video game trucks, and a good calf food. There will also be performances in tutus and the classic Scholars Weekend studio box. Now FSC is still looking for hosts for January 27th through January 28th. If you are interested, then head on over to Moxing to register. Another first for this semester that upperclassmen are probably not looking forward to is Convocation. The Welcome Back Convo is next Wednesday, February 1st in Branscombe Auditorium as usual. Remember, sophomores, seniors, and juniors, this is mandatory for you. Freshmen, this counts as multiple points towards your passport program, so I suggest going since the rest of the entire school will be there anyway. Well, that's all we have for the Mock Minute. Back to you, Ty.
Thanks, John. Now, before we end the show, we know everyone was so wrapped up with Inauguration Day that they might have missed some of the lesser-known holidays that fall on January 20th. So let's go over what you could have been celebrating last week. These are all true, by the way. Look them up. So first we have International Fetish Day. And I hear this year, golden showers are the featured fetish. Next is National Cheese Lovers Day. unless you watch the playoffs. Penguin Awareness Day, which is good because I think America ought to be aware that something both black and white can work very well. And lastly, Women's Healthy Weight Day, which I assume is the reason all those women were marching across the country the next day. I don't know. Well, that's all we have for you today, Florida Southern. Thanks for stopping by. And be sure to be here next week for another fantastic show written more by me and less by John. And remember, the buck stops here.